Check, check, check. We are over here. We're going to refresh, right? Videos. Hey, everybody. Roto Schlem coming to you live from the TAT Finals at the Gold Coast Bowling Center and Palace is what we've been calling it. Resort, casino, spa, palace, a little bit of everything. So, yeah, Randy, let me fill you in.
Gold Coast Palace? And
yeah,
what?
The Gold Coast Bowling Palace is where
Oh,
we've
my
been.
God.
So, yeah, we're oh, okay, cool. So we're back here on the YouTube channel. The first night we did the Roto Grip Challenge, we actually were able to do Facebook Live. And something happened to our streaming software. Tavio's been trying to work on it. The same thing happened to him yesterday, I guess. You were at the ABT Finals.
Exactly. It's the beauty of technology.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work.
And that's what he told me. He goes, we're like logging in. He goes, dude, I don't know where it went. It disappeared. Yeah. I'm like, oh.
It's amazing. And you know, doing television for the last 19 years, it's amazing how everything's working, and then an hour prior to the telecast,
sizzle.
My telestrator goes down or something goes down, and it's like, it was working fine.
What did
Nobody
you do?
touched anything.
Correct.
And then it's done. Right. And then guess what? They look at you, they look at me, they look at Tavio, and it's like our fault.
Yeah, what did you touch?
And we're like, no, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Tavio's a king. He knows how to get stuff going. He's a guy that can get stuff done.
Absolutely.
When it comes to live streaming, video, audio, anything, all the great production stuff that's put on at Storm, he's the man.
Yeah. So
very creative.
Yeah, we're here at the TAT Finals, and you know we've done some stuff 2 days ago, and we're getting down. We're gonna get dialed in down to the final five for a TV show type thing. And if you heard Ed talking there in the background, we're gonna get down to the finals, and we're gonna crown somebody a champion and give them $20,000. And I'll tell you what, Randy, it's been an interesting, week for a lot of these bowlers. I know you've been in and out, going to multiple events here in Vegas because we sponsor so many different things.
Yep.
And
ABT yesterday and TAT all week, and yep.
And what you're going to see right here with, condition-wise, as we get to the finals, looks like we got some of the scratch bowlers here in front of us. So we're going to see some better players right here on this pair. We've got the 2 camera set up, so we're going to get you the pair in front of us, and we can now dial in on the scoring here. This is where the finals, like the top 5 show, is going to be, because this is our only internet. This is our only internet poll, so that's why we're here. And but anyway, we've got we'll talk about some details and some good bowling, and what you're going to see is what we've kind of touched upon the other night when we did the broadcast of this condition's actually been pretty fair. Both sides of the lane. You can play multiple angles. This was built by Kegel, so you'll see some people playing out. You'll see people playing in.
Yep.
And again, this is actually a true amateur tournament. So we have the handicap divisions too. You'll see, different bowlers kind of just doing their own thing and just trying to figure it out. So it's kind of a cool scenario in a lot of different countries, and yeah, it's just fun stuff here.
Well, you're right. This pattern is gettable.
Yeah. So actually, I got a picture for us to look at here, Randy. My face. Yeah, so there we go. We've got the, they call it the 2019 TAT Phoenix pattern. They don't have all the exact loads and everything, but it is a 40-foot pattern. Reverse drop was 35. Total mils, 27.61 mils.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Using terrain oil.
Yeah,
so
whatever that means.
This is one of Kegel's new oils, the terrain that just came out. And this pattern was built. Hey, Matthew. Yeah, CP3 is on right now. So Randy's actually in both places at once. Yeah. Because he's a ninja like that.
I know, right?
He's just like,
it's like, poof. Hey, I'm on Fox right now with the Chris Paul. I can't wait to see what the ratings are like for the Chris Paul event.
Yeah.
JJ Watt was in the booth with us.
I heard that.
And
he was pretty cool.
He was unbelievable. We put him on the telestrator, and he telestrated 2 times how to make the 2-4-10, and each time he drew on it, and each time the player made it.
No way.
Yeah, so he was 100% on the 2-4-10.
So he's going to replace you in that.
Yeah,
in that
so
regard.
I'm looking for a job.
So
yeah,
so Fox on Sundays looks for JJ Watt doing the television.
JJ Watt was amazing.
By the way, I heard he's a really big dude too.
He's massive. But what a great dude. But what was so funny was we brought him into the booth, and the next match was going to be Nathan, good
Thanks,
afternoon,
Nathan.
Phil. Yep.
Strange hearing Randy here and on TV.
I know, right? It's crazy. It's like Twilight Zone stuff. So the next match is Kyle Troop and the dude from Big Brother.
Yeah.
And he's got like the dude from Big Brother. He won Big Brother. He's got like the dreadlocks. I never watched the show, so I don't know. But he's got like dreadlocks, like blonde dreadlocks.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Kyle with the afro. Then you got this dude with the dreadlocks. And right before we go to break, J.J. Watt goes, I can't wait to see this upcoming match between Bob Ross and Spicoli.
That's awesome. Good deal.
Rob Stone and I absolutely lost our stuff.
I bet.
Oh, my God.
Good stuff right there. And so as we get a little action going here, we'll have plenty of stories along the way, and we'll get as you see, we've got here on the YouTube channel. Again, we're making that push to get 10,000 subscribers. As Tavio told us the other night, we need 10,000 in order to make it a full-fledged live streaming deal on YouTube for us and have this platform available at all times. So we're getting there. We gained a few hundred the other night, and so we appreciate you guys doing that for us. And as you're watching here in front of us, a couple pitch outs here, the second frame. But yeah, starting off, you're seeing again, watching the guys on this pair. It's like some guys are playing out, some guys are playing in. Like we said, there's no right or wrong way here. Yeah,
like if I was bowling on this pattern after watching all week, I've been here since Sunday night.
Yeah,
I'd be playing in and slow feeding the track. The track here is real predominant. There's a lot of friction in that part of the lane. The front's hook, so I would be using probably a pearlized ball that has a little bit of surface to it, and I'd just get in and I just kind of slow wheel it.
Yeah, and that was kind of our advice along the way, Randy. It was one of those things with we advised plenty of people along the way, like Idle Pearl, even some of the other shiny balls that we offer out of Utah. Taking the pearlized balls, knocking the cover off just a little bit so they're not as responsive down lane. And then even taking some of the solid covers like Idols, Halos, a little bit of other stuff as well, and actually shining those up. Again, to get them through the fronts, but also not to make them a little bit more responsive down lane, but not with it being a solid with a bigger cover, it won't go sideways. And you'll see that control kind of aspect no matter how the person throws it, honestly. And don't worry, folks, that you're not seeing things. Tavio is playing with the Tavio. I was going to say Tavio's playing with the scoreboard and kind of making it move up and down. I'm like, well, I'm getting tired or dizzy watching that. But
that's not why you're dizzy. It's Vegas.
Oh yeah.
They pump stuff into the oxygen here.
Do they? Is that what that is?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, remember Vegas's old slogan? It used to be, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah. They have a new one now.
What's that?
Whatever you bring to Vegas stays in Vegas. Just saying.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So,
hottest ATMs in town, right here at the Gold Coast.
You know what's funny? I was gambling the other night, and then one of the bowlers came back to our ballroom, and we were chatting about stuff. He's like, "How you gambling?" And talk about this and that. I said, I just like to hit some stuff. I like to play video poker, and I like to just catch some stuff so I don't have to keep playing that ATM machine. He goes, I don't know where that's at. I go, they're all over the casino floor. I said, it's like the hottest thing going. He goes,
yeah.
What's it called? I go, ATM. He goes, what? He goes, what is it? Is it a poker machine, or is it a penny slot? And I go, no, it's ATM. I said, then I got to pay people to take my money out of it. He goes, oh, I don't like that machine either.
Yep, hottest ATMs in town.
So, hey, South Dakota, thanks for chiming in. Just got a winner. Awesome. Thanks, 4930 driver. Thanks for picking up the winner. We appreciate the support out there. Hopefully it rolled pretty well for you. I know that's been, the winner solid have both been super, super awesome. So, yeah, we're filing in. There's still plenty of, and what's cool about this, and Randy, you can kind of fill us in on what happened over the ABT last night. But as we're getting through a few final rounds here at the TAT, the concourse is actually full. I've been trying to walk back and forth, doing different stuff, stuff in the shop and whatever, and I'm like, okay, it's almost better for me in some cases to go down and around and come to the back of the building.
Yeah, you got
to try and
detour.
get to the other end of the concourse.
This place has been packed since awesome. Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a really good turnout. So I went and talked to Jamie before we got live on here. So he gave me some ballpark numbers. Total number of bowlers, 750 was his last count, so probably a little bit more. With the entries, with the re-enters like that, over 4,200 entries this week.
Isn't it a record week for them? I thought I read somewhere that was a record week.
It's probably close. I believe, was it last year or the year before, we maybe had 800 bowlers, and we were right in that same ballpark with the number of entries. But yeah, you think about the re-entries and trying to qualify, and again, we got 5 different divisions, so. You know, a lot of people, if they don't have a good look at the one round and they, maybe get their ball part of the package with the tournament, or, even some of the people from other countries. I spent time in the pro shop. They go, hey, I can only bring so much stuff. And so we're mapping bowling ball. They were buying balls in the pro shop to try and to battle this condition because, again, it's not something they see on a regular basis. So we're actually getting that figured out as well. And, hey, Jocko, what's going on, buddy? And so the other thing, too, Jamie wanted to pass along, like we talked about, we're getting down, as we're narrowing it down, so it looks like we've got, 6 on a pair. And then depending on your age group division, like we got the scratch group down here in front of us, a couple pairs over there, they only got 4. So you've got I think on the 6s, I think you got to be in the top 3 to get through 6. And then over on the 4s, I think you got to be in the top 2 or 3 to get through the 4. But to this point, as of this morning, Jamie, in roughly and getting through today, he doesn't have exacts because of the entries and payouts and all that stuff, but over $400,000 in cash and prizes so far.
Can they just give me a check for $400,000 and I could be on my way?
I don't know.
That would be awesome.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, you're on Fox TV right now, and you're on this YouTube feed, so you should get something. You should get something for being at 2 places at once talking bowling.
Absolutely.
And Tia Costa, so what pattern? So this is actually the TAT Phoenix pattern. This was a pattern actually built by Kegel. And like we discussed earlier, let me pull that photo back up on my phone here. My apologies. It's a 40-foot, like I said, 2019 TAT Phoenix. Pattern length, 40 feet. Reverse brush was 35 feet. Total oil volume was 27.61 mils. And they're also using... and the oil conditioner was Terrain on both forward and back on the back loads. So, yeah. Hey, Nathan, how's Mikey V doing? You know what, buddy? He's actually, let me see where's Mikey V real at? I think he is left of us, and he's behind the pole. So I can't really even see that pair right next door. Yeah, I see him standing over there in the settee, arms crossed. Looks like he's honing in and trying to figure out this next pitch here. He is, let's see if I can lean over. So his pair looks like he's got strike, spare, spare. And he's got 3 people on his pair, and he's currently second on his pair. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for Mikey over there in that other pair. Hey, Tony Costa, yeah, no, dude, that's what we got this going on. We're live feed. We're streaming right now, so we're answering everybody's questions right there in the chat. So we've got our YouTube channel pulled up, so that's where we're answering and seeing your stuff, as well as having we've got 41 to 42. Be right back. And Randy's going to step out and take a TV timeout. That's what I guess that's what you do when you're on actual Fox TV, like for real right now. Which actually was a tape delay. But Randy's here, like you said, been in Vegas, helping us with these different events here between the TAT and the ABT. So things are going pretty well right there. Sorry, folks, so you're going to be stuck with a Roto Schlem for a hot minute here until we find somebody else to kind of shuffle through and fill the booth space. Randy, like I said, had to step away for a second. But so anyway, let me give you some coverage on the pair in front of us. Again, I don't have... Well, most of these guys have names on the backs of their shirts. So we're looking at the D bowler. And again, playing that little spot he had been playing all week, and that's a strike. So getting back, putting strikes up on the board. And like we said, once we get to this spot, hey, Brian Jackson, Arizona bowler still in the hunt. Let me look around and see if I recognize any of the guys. Any of the crew from like Virtue or any other stuff. There looks to be 1 or 2 guys. I think one of the guys down there in the other end. Where we're at right now, like I said, we're narrowing it down to getting to our TV pair will be 41 to 42. down in the handicap, all the way down to lane 29, and then we've got Matt McNeil's going to join us all the way to 52. So 29 to 52, we've got pairs going, a couple dead pairs in between with the different divisions, breaking it down. And T. Costa, there's no, at this point, there's no leading. So as you advance, this is an elimination style format. So as you advance in your division, like we're looking at this pair in front of us. So we've got 6 players on this pair. And with that, because of their age group in their division, I believe there should be 3 players advancing from this round. So the high 3 games on this pair will be the ones advanced to the next round in that division, and so on. And so looking down, like you say, in the handicap, down on 29 and 30, same kind of thing. They've got 6 players, so 3 will advance off of that pair. And the pairs that we have, 4, some of the pairs have 4, some of the pairs have 3. And so those, I believe, if there's 4 in a pair, I think 2 advance. And if there is 3 in a pair, I believe 1 advances. Is that it, Matt? Oh, let me unmute Matt. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, everybody, there's Matt. Sorry.
All right.
Randy hit the button when he walked away. I didn't even see him. Again, that's what he gets for being a TV ninja.
Yes.
So we got the chime in of, hey, Randy's on Fox Sports on the CP3 event right now.
Yep.
But he's talking live. Like, I'm hearing him 2 different things. But, yeah, he hit the mute button when he walked away. So
he's transcendent.
Yeah, he's awesome. So,
yeah.
Anyway, Tia Costa, hopefully that helps understand. Like I said, this is an elimination format. And we'll get down to where we have 1 winner in each division, and they will advance to our TV-style show. We'll be putting that on, and we'll be doing the live stream for that as well. And, yeah, Brian, I saw Miguel. Yep, Dave Pavlik at semis at 16. Yep, Miguel is very good. Yeah, T. Costa, yeah, what's cool about this tournament, because it is a true amateur tournament, and like we've discussed lead up to it, if maybe you're not aware, if you win this event, you then have to miss a year because of the dollar amount won. And so it's really, anybody who's not collected a paycheck of substantial bowling this, so it keeps it kind of open in variety. And there's 2 different, so we got 5 different visions, 2 in the handicap and 3 in the scratch. And what's cool about each one, so in the handicap, it's 189 and under. And that's handicap based on, we have to find a flyer and look at that. And then they've got, I think it's 215 to 190 is the other handicap spot. And then when you get in the scratch open division, it's based on your age group. So you actually qualify. I think they've got it spread like 10 or 12 years or whatever it is for age groups. I don't know if, Matt, if you've bowled this before. I don't know if you know the exact ages on that. But
I think it's like 35 and under.
Okay.
49 and under, or like 49 to 36,
yeah.
And then 50 and over.
50 and over is how that breaks down in that division. So, yeah, and so we've got the different pairs, and and again, it's all based on the number of entries. So this morning, because we have so many handicap bowlers, so the very first squad this morning at 9 a.m., it was almost the entire house was the finals of the handicap division, like the very first round. And so we keep whittling it down. So, and then the second round, or actually the second squad, I should say, was also a first round because there were, again, so many people. That was all the different scratch divisions. So it's like we said, there was over 750 bowlers, and there was over 4,200 entries for this event. And to get to this point, so again, with re-entries, you can enter as many times as you want until you qualify. And even if you qualify, then they do the same thing of because you can actually bowl for brackets.
Yep.
So there's plenty of ways to make money, and again, like I said, Jamie's got it so far, and and the mystery score and all the different things, over $400,000 in cash and prizes has been passed out already so far to this point in time. So. That's what's making it really cool.
Yep, great tournament. Great tournament to bowl. I mean, it's like you said, Shalem, something for everybody of all different talent levels. So it's just a great event to come out to, and I've always encouraged all the amateurs in my area and just people I talk to in general. This is a great tournament to come out to, and it's a great way to improve your skills as a bowler.
Yeah.
It's just a great way to improve your skills.
And there's plenty of players. I mean, people we've been seeing for the last few years that have come out, and some that had success and some in the past, and some struggled this year. Some that struggled in the past had success this year. I mean, because it's never like the same exact people. And with the groups of people, again, from all the different countries and everything that's going on. So, yeah, it's great. Mike Coffin, the director of bowling here for the Boyd Properties. Oh, he's
Boyd
never mind.
Properties.
I don't see him at all. He's invisible right now.
We're going to take a selfie with Mike Kaufman. So Mike's got to get in. Schlem's
there
got
he
to
is.
get in. All right, here we go.
Got it. Hold on 1 second, Matt. I'll let you chime in and take care of that.
Absolutely. And, yeah, Tia Costa would love to bowl one of these. Absolutely. Come on out. You can go to TAT Facebook or the website, and there's all the information that you need to know is on that page. And, yeah, come on out and bowl the next one in July. So Schlem got his business taken care of with Mr. Kaufman.
Oh, there I am.
There he
sorry,
is.
we're just trying to coordinate the. Got all the stuff going in the back room there. He is asking me. They got a big training seminar. He goes, "Hey, I need to get all this stuff kind of set up. We're gonna move some walls around and da da da." So anyway, we're back to business. Yeah, so Tia Costa. So yeah, the next one coming up is the July one. So there's two national TAT events a year. The next one is coming up July the 1st through July 7th. Hey, Andrew Stackhouse, what's up out there in YouTube land? Yeah, so the next one is July 1st through 7th. It is scheduled to be here at the Gold Coast. I will be here for that one as well, because we're in the process of changing, cycling our sponsorships, I should say. So we have, with Storm and Roto Grip, we sponsor a lot of tournaments, and this one's been the Roto Grip one now for 5-6 years, and so we're going to actually cycle this one to where come next January into February, this particular TAT is going to be a Storm sponsored event. And then Roto Grip's going to take the summertime one, which falls over the July 4th holiday. So, and this cycle is actually happening now. So what's going to happen is Roto Schlem is going to come back and be here for the July one, which seemingly happens the week after Bowl Expo. So I'll go from Bowl Expo, which is also here in Vegas, and then I'll be hanging out for another week, 7 days following that for the summertime TAT. And again, it's the same format, same kind of stuff. Prize fund on top, I believe, I'll have to again get a flyer and check it out, but same kind of thing with all the different Roto Grip Challenge, and you got the sweepers, and you got the 9-tap sweeper, and you've got the senior division, you got the scratch division, all these different sweepers on top of bracket side pots, and the prize fund. Same kind of thing. It's at least $20,000 on top. I think it may even be more. And the other thing that Jamie recently added too, was it last year or the day before, with the kind of an incentive thing, that there's also kind of like another kicker in there. And same thing that could happen this afternoon. When we get to our title match, we'll have to see who qualifies for. It's based on entries and certain stuff and criteria, but there's this alternate pot that could be added. So it ultimately, the person that wins, if they qualify, they could be on the hook to actually make about $40,000. Jamie was thinking. So
yeah, 43, I think, is the exact number.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I think it's. He said the magic the pot, the qualifier pot was in there at $16,000 there towards the beginning of the week, and by all the other stuff that's been accumulating and adding up, that it'll get to that spot. So that's what we're going to see. So as we wind through here, this match in front of us on 41 and 42, again, we've got a pretty tight one. You guys can see the scoreboard there. We got F is actually clean so far through 6, and you hear the crowd hooping it over here.
Yep. Big. There was a big fortunate strike there on lane 38,
and you can see that. I can see the pins. I can't see the bowler. I can't see the scoreboard. So we're trying to we'll navigate around the poles, and like we said, we've got plenty of people. You'll hear some hooping and hollering and yelling and screaming behind us. So that's the joys of this event, because you know, whether it's your friend or your pro shop or whatever. And Randy's here. I think Randy's going to come back and kick Matt out.
Yep, I'm out of here.
As he's hovering over him. Randy took care of his business, so Randy Peterson's going to pop back in here. And
Schlem, it's a pleasure as always.
Absolutely, brother. Thanks for stepping in, and we'll probably need you here in a little while too. I don't know how long Randy's hanging out today, but we'll figure it out. We'll cycle through, and I'll just even slide out and let Randy slide in. Actually, right. You know what? Let's do that.
Oh, okay.
So, Matt, I'll let you slide in there and let Randy come in here to the number 1 slot. So,
number 1.
Folks at home, Roto Schlim signing off for a minute. We're going to bring Randy into my spot so you can watch him on your TV and on YouTube.
And so right now, Schlem's filling in Randy with kind of what's been going on lately. We'll get back to the action here in front of us on 41-42. Have a real dandy of a match here. That's a big double there by the letter E bowler. Sorry, we don't have names for everybody. A lot of people do have name shirts. Some folks don't.
Speaking
Randy?
of big, I just put Chris Schlemmer's headset on. I had to readjust.
You had to readjust.
I think the word that's coming to my brain is buffalo.
Buffalo. All right.
Yeah. You know, buffalo head?
Yeah.
That's a big noggin. All right. You know, Chris Schlemmer and I go way back. He used to be my ball rep back in the day. Got me to a couple of TSC finals.
Really?
Yeah, back-to-back TSCs at Mohegan Sun. Yeah, and Schlemmer was right there every step of the way with me.
I think
we go way back.
Agent? Were you using an agent or X Factor?
No, X Factor was my last win actually in Philly. Chris, what was it that remember you got me to back-to-back TSC shows at Mohegan Sun? What was Fear Factor?
Fear
Factor 1 year, and then what else? Shock trauma, maybe.
Trauma.
Yep.
We're going back to early.
Yeah, but I still remember, you know, the stage. Remember, we built 6 lanes there at Mohegan Sun.
Yep.
And then Schlemmer standing back behind the set, and it was pretty cool. It was good times. And now he's the brand manager for Rotogrip, and they're doing pretty well, by the way.
Yeah, they're moving a few balls.
They're pumping out some good stuff.
Yeah, they had this ball called the Idle Pearl. I've heard that's been going over pretty good.
Rumor has it that's pretty good. Yeah.
That ball is amazing.
You know, when I left North Carolina and I stopped bowling league, I looked at my bag, and my bag was Idle, and then Hypercell Fused, and a Code Red.
Oh,
that was my bag.
Yeah.
And those were the only 3 balls I brought out to bowl league. So what's the action going on here, Matt? I mean, is it like the 2 high scores off each pair advance? Is that kind of the deal, or?
Yep, it's top 2 scores off the pairs advance, and
is there handicap involved?
I think there is some handicap going on in the pairs in front of us now, and that's the tricky part because we don't know who's given who what.
Right. Well, hopefully folks that are watching and tuning in are able to see some of their friends bowl and enjoy some of the action here at the TAT, True Amateur Bowling Tournaments. I did a TAT event in Pittsburgh a couple months ago.
Qualifier, right? Regional? Was it like a regional event?
No, it was like a regular big main event kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think first place was like $5 or $10 grand, and it was held in Pittsburgh at a place at a racetrack.
Really?
Yeah. I think it was called the Meadows.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's a casino, racetrack, bowling center. Place was awesome.
Nice place.
Yeah, it was great.
How many lanes?
Not a lot. There was only, I think, maybe 20 lanes or 24 lanes. It wasn't that big.
Okay.
But what a cool place. What a cool venue. I remember having lunch, and I'm sitting out there, and it was like October, November.
Yeah.
And they were doing harness racing. And I'm like, how cool is this? I'm eating a
It's
burger,
perfect.
I'm eating a cheeseburger watching harness racing.
Can't go wrong.
Oh,
with
it was dope.
You got good bowling. You got good good racing.
Oh, it was great.
And you know what's I can definitely appreciate when I was an amateur some time ago. You know, these bowlers, there's a lot of money on the line here,
Yeah.
and they're having to make some big shots on a somewhat challenging pattern here at the Gold Coast. So it's pretty exciting to call the action and watch them, kind of just go through this and have to get up and make some big shots.
It's a good pattern. It's fair though because it is gettable.
Yep.
If you pick your poison, you want to play in, you want to play out, but you got to make shots. And if you do make shots, you can get this pattern. Oh my Lord! How about some rev rate over there on 43 and 44?
Oh yeah.
Throwing an idle and just ripping the rear end out of it. See, I can say that it's live stream.
Okay.
Did you know that we were live streaming, and at the same time, I'm on Fox right now?
Yeah. So I just thought it was your clairvoyancy.
It's, right? It's so crazy. It's like, wow, that guy's on Fox and he's doing a live stream.
Yeah,
event.
you're in two places at
He's
once.
so talented.
Yeah.
One of the things I've never been accused of, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, being talented.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Randy Peterson and the word talent never crossed paths?
Not synonymous with one another, no. Oh, no.
Ooh.
My boy Ambrosia over there on 44 with the big 4 minus the 10.
And that's pretty much, that came at just about the worst possible time.
Right?
That was not a good time to do that. I was watching Ed Smaglick, very good amateur player from the Phoenix area. He was on 47-48. He had like a 3 or 4 bagger working into the 9th, and just didn't make a good shot. Split, and it knocked him out of the scratch side. And he had a pretty good ball reaction. So that's for the scratch side. That's kind of one of those big names that happens to get bounced out.
Right.
So while we don't know the handicap in front of us, I think it's pretty safe to say that if you're the top scorer on the board, you have a pretty good chance of moving on. So I think we take a look at that and be like, okay, yeah, you just want to have the biggest score on the board.
Ooh. Awful 4-9 there after an 8 dash. That's no good. No bueno.
No bueno. And, yeah,
good bowler, too.
Yeah, he gets it off his hand pretty good.
Yep.
His angles are good. He actually just, I think they're going through a little change right now where I think he needs to just creep in a little more, use a little more angle through the front.
I like it. Yep. I think you're right.
Yep. That's kind of been the play here for most of the week.
Yep. You know what? Tell me if I'm wrong in what I see. What I see is that you need to, for right-handers, you need to move in.
Yep.
Open up your angles and get soft enough with your speed in your hand to get the ball to read.
Exactly. Yep.
And then just continue to chase it in.
Yes, absolutely. And then the window's kind of just been the window's really just been, kind of like between 8 and 11 down lane.
I see a Bill O'Neill doing really well on this pattern.
Oh boy,
I see a Wes Malott doing really well on this pattern. I see let me think. That Belmonte guy.
Yeah,
he'd probably do okay.
I think he's pretty good. Yeah, I think
he'd probably do okay on this.
I think he'd do very well. Randy?
Sir?
It's Super Bowl Sunday. Do you got
I do.
What do you got?
Well, I grew up in L.A.
Okay.
Born and raised in Southern California. My father took me to the Coliseum back in the day to watch Roman Gabriel and the boys.
Yep.
So I'm a diehard Rams fan. Been a Rams fan my whole life. So I'm rooting for the Rams, man.
Yeah.
20 years ago to date, they won their last Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Mike Jones, the saving tackle against Tennessee Titans on the 1 yard line. The receiver was going in. I can't remember the receiver's name. He was going in. Mike Jones checked off of another offensive player and went after the receiver. McNair throws it to the guy. This guy's got so much hand. I wish we could see that. I don't know.
That shot just on 43 was Mr. Martinez. He's throwing that idol.
Guy's a monster. So, yeah, 20 years ago to the day, Rams win in Atlanta. Now, 2 years later, they lose to the Patriots.
Really?
2 years later, they go back to the Super Bowl and lose to the Patriots.
Okay.
Low-scoring affair. Belichick figured out a way to get his defenders to hold our receivers the entire game and have the referees not call a single hold on their defensive players. So Belichick was very instrumental in cheating that game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that he's a cheater.
Okay.
I firmly believe that I hate him. And I firmly believe that the Rams are going to absolutely annihilate the Patriots.
So you're
today.
Yeah, you're the Rams guy.
So that's it. Yeah, Jocko, I'm positive. Yeah. You know, the only thing that scares me is that you've got Aaron Donald, who's arguably the greatest defensive lineman in the game. And Brady doesn't spend more than 2 seconds in the pocket. So how's Donald going to get to him?
Yeah.
He's not. Brady has not been sacked this entire postseason.
You're like a modern-day Jimmy the Greek. Just better
I'm just saying. I followed a little bit. I'm just saying. So, and the Rams' defense, our secondary is a little spotty. And I think that Brady may have a field day. It's up to Wade Phillips to do the right thing. But what a turnaround Sean McVay has done with the Rams. Remember,
Absolutely.
Jared Goff, year one, was terrible under Jeff Fisher. Todd Gurley was terrible under Jeff Fisher. Sean McVay comes in and they're superstars.
Yep.
So, anyway, it's going to be an awesome – I hope it's going to be an awesome game. New Orleans probably got cheated on that non-call. I get that. But who's to say what would have happened afterwards?
Absolutely. So, going back a little bit to the action, Randy, 41-42. Carlos Ramirez is in with 226 in the clubhouse, and nobody can beat him scratch. So I
good
think
finish right there, last five,
great
right?
Finish. I think that's a good position to be in. The gentleman up on 42 right now, with that strike, he's going to be in the 2 teens. So he is now just locked up second place scratch. Of course, we don't know the handicap particulars. But I think that's a pretty good spot to be in.
It's a great time to shoot 200.
Yes. Yeah, I think shooting 2-1 with this kind of pressure and the money on the line, I for these bowlers, absolutely. And we really got a good crowd behind us.
Standing room only behind Matt McNeil and myself. Pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Somebody's going to win 20 grand.
Somebody has to win it. What else is cool is that you've called a lot of my live streams and even some of my TV shows, and now I get to sit here and call the action with you. That's pretty cool.
You're one of the best bowlers that's never bowled full-time on tour. It used to be like Tim Mack.
Yeah.
And now it's you. It's like you're that guy that is so good, and everybody knows that you're so good, and you've never bowled on tour for any length of time. And it's kind of like, you know what? I think we really need to see Matt McNeil bowl full-time on the PBA Tour. I think we need to see that. Just throwing it out there.
All right.
You got a couple of lefties that you can compete against now with Jacob Buttriff doing what he's doing.
Yep.
And Jesper Svensson, the two-handed special. You know, it would be kind of cool to throw your name in that mix.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start showing them up, and then the whole world goes,
hey.
We had a feeling. This Matt McNeil guy was the real deal, and he's proven it. This guy's beating Jacob Buttriff. Jacob Buttriff is owning the left side of the lane right now.
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely go to bat and argue he is the best left-hander in the world right now. Yeah.
No argument here.
Yep.
Guy wins everything.
Yeah, he does. He's just he you know, and what's cool is I've been able to do some repping on the PBA tour for Storm and Roto Grip. I'm going to be at Jonesboro repping again, and it's really, really interesting to step out from the competitive side and go into the rep side, and just be able to stand back and watch everything happening.
No, I agree.
Absolutely, and he's creating ball reaction that is. He plays a game with which I am unfamiliar.
He's unique.
Yes.
And, you know, the layman, when they watch him bowl, they don't think he's a whole lot of anything. And he just finds a way to get it done.
Absolutely.
Rhino Page, last event.
Absolutely.
You know, he disposes of Buttriff, pocket 7-10 in the ninth.
Yep.
We're sitting there right behind his pair.
Yep.
Myself, Dave Lamont, TV crew.
Yep.
And he pockets 7-10s. We're like, oh my. And then we look up and we go, wait, hang on a minute. Strike spare, he's in.
Yeah.
He's locked.
Yeah.
And he gets up, pures the first one, ripped the rack 5-pin, paralyzer 5.
Yep.
Makes the show.
Yep.
You know, Rhino Page has got a lot of game.
Oh, I tell you what, he is an absolute, and getting to help him out a lot in Dallas, he is just an absolute true professional. And I say that by, you know, not only his conduct and whatnot, but I'm saying he is a real shot maker, a true grinder.
I agree.
I mean, just an absolute executor, grinder, just legitimate, true professional. And it's, I tell you what, it's pretty impressive to watch him go at it. I mean, you know, he's a little behind the 8 ball in the rev rate factor. You know, when you compare him to Jesper or Jacob.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, you know, aside from that miscue on the spare on the show.
Yep.
And then aside from everything else, he can really play.
Yeah, no, I agree. The thing that makes Rhino so good is he's got touch and he can shape, and he's not that typical stand here, throw there guy. He can do a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
And the other thing I really like about Rhino is that he's very confident in himself.
Yes. No
matter how bad things have been or how bad things have been going, he's a very confident guy. Maybe he gets that hanging out with Norm Duke. I don't know. Matt McNeil, Randy Peterson. We're going to be back with more action here at the 2019 TAT. We're live at Gold Coast. Stay with us, folks.